But the last thing is we have these ordered pairs. Can I graph them? If I wanted to see like on a coordinate plane in the graph. Sure, absolutely. Let's look at that because I want you guys to see visually what's going on with a function. If you had a picture like on your quiz today, remember how you graphed that picture? You should be able to look at the picture and say yes or no, it's a function. You shouldn't have to sit and write out all the points if someone gave you a picture. So let's look at it and see what we get. I'm going to, right below the one on the left, I'm going to graph that one. X, Y. My arrow's going forever, both ways. Let's see, 2, 3. 4, 6. 6, 8. 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that looks pretty good. Don't bother connecting the dots. You don't have to do that right now. Because I didn't give you an order. I just gave you a chunk of dots. I didn't tell you this one came first, so connect this dot to this one. I would just leave it alone. Or you could connect. It made you happy. I don't really care what you do. That's not the important thing. Here's the next set that we looked at. X and Y. 2, 3. Hopefully at this point you guys are champions at graphing this. If you're not, you didn't do your homework. Or you need to do more homework. I gave you a crazy picture on that last one. But visually, the two problem ones, that was the 4, 6 and the 4, 8. What do they look like on my picture? Of the dots I put up, which one's the 4, 6? This one? Which one's the 4, 8? Huh. What's happening visually on that graph? They're on top of each other. You can't have that. In fact, yeah, Jennifer, you're right. If you imagined a straight vertical line through those 2 points, it'd cross both of them, wouldn't it? This is called the vertical line test. It's a test to see if something's a function. It's a way that you can look at a picture and say, yes, it works out, or no, it doesn't. So here, this, taking a vertical line through these 2 points shows you the problem. It shows you it's not a function. What is going on with my computer? Okay. This is called a vertical line test. I don't even know if they're officially teaching you this yet, but it just makes sense to tell you all the different ways to recognize a function first thing. So if you don't see it in your homework, don't forget it. It'll come back. I don't remember seeing it in the homework, but it's important to me that you guys get this. Vertical line test. The idea is you imagine a line going straight up and down. If it crosses 2 places or more, you just failed the test. You need to write that in words, or you guys got it. Can't cross the picture or the dots more than once anywhere. If it's a function, if you're looking for if it's a function. You've learned 3 ways to tell me if something has a special relation called a function. You guys tell me, what's the first way I taught you? With the Coke machine, what was I teaching you? Right, you can't push one button and get 2 things out. When you're looking at just the numbers, what cannot repeat? X, okay. If you're looking at a picture, you're doing a vertical test, what's that mean? Line going up and down or side to side? Up and down, and it can't cross more than 1 time. Okay. So you're saying that I don't care about the fact that these are side beside each other? I only care about the up-down stuff. Let me show you some other functions just for fun, to make sure you're getting good at this, just for fun. Make sure that you've gotten so far doing pretty well. Jennifer mentioned a parabola earlier. Let me draw you a parabola. No. Not a symmetric one because I can't draw. There you go. Merry Christmas. Parabola. Is this a function or not? How do you know? I mean, yes, I drew it horribly, but assuming we're imagining an up and down line, does it cross over it twice anywhere? Straight up and down? No, it's a function. Okay. Function. And by the way, when we're looking at this is a relationship between x and y, isn't it? Do you see the relationship happening on the picture? Could you pull off a sample x and y if I asked you from the picture? I mean, maybe I didn't put numbers on here, but if I'd told you, hey, when x is -2, find y, how would you find y? Check out on the picture where it's at. What's the y value at that spot? This is a little bit advanced for where you're supposed to be tonight, but I want you to start connecting things and preparing to do further stuff, because that's where this class does go. The idea is that whether you're looking at isolated dots or whether you're looking at nice smooth lines, a function works the same way. It's a relationship between two variables. Generally, we say x and y, some input, some output, where you can find the x and y that go together using that picture. And where when you have the numbers, there's different ways to tell me if it's a function. If you only have the picture, you do the vertical line test. If you don't just have the picture, well, look at the numbers and tell me. Even for this thing, if I listed all those values out, you would have had stuff that didn't repeat. You would have had x's that didn't repeat. By the way, this parabola that I tried to draw and did a horrible job, this is the formula. Let me erase that first. This is the formula. Y equals x squared. There's your function I didn't tell you about. You didn't need me to tell you it, as long as you had the picture. But could we have generated the picture now using this equation? You did it on your quiz. I could give you a table and have you do it by hand. Let's do some, just for fun, just to make sure we understand. X and y. Let's say x is -3. What's y? -3 squared is +9, I should say. Let's say we have -2. -1. 0. 1. 2. Everybody see how I'm getting these values? I'm using the equation. And I could have put it right here, equals x squared, to remind me what I was using. But I don't have to. And then what about 3? 9 again? So with this right here, had I graphed it, oh, check it out. 0, why is this so off skew today? I'm going to 0, 0. These points, let me graph it again so you can see it happening. We have 0, 0. Let's start in order. -3, 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something up there, right? -2, 4. -1, 1. That 0, 0 one I already put on there. 1, 1. 2, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you guys can graph this without my help if you needed to. Oh, check it out. There's that picture. There it is. By looking at just the numbers we generated, we can see it looks like it's going to be a function, unless something kind of crazy happened, which it doesn't. You'll get more familiar with functions later on in math. But the idea is, my x's didn't repeat, did they? So sure, it's a function. Or just looking at the picture, none of those dots are over top of each other. And to generate a full picture of a graph like this, the reason I was able to connect these dots and I didn't on the last picture is because this is an equation where I could have filled in the in-between parts if I wanted. It was continuous. It wasn't just certain special points where I would only put those dots. With this one, if I had gone to 1.5, -1.5, I would have gotten a dot right there. I could have made dots for my whole life and gotten this picture. That's the difference in the isolated, just, me just telling you the points versus me giving you that equation up there. And yes, guys, this equation is a function. We can see it